Kazui Suzuki, Assistant Manager of Public Relations here at the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Americans wake up every morning, or every weekday morning, to the Nikkei index. What is it?
Well, do you know of Dow Jones 30 Industrials? It's the same calculation. But Nikkei includes 225 companies out of more than 1,100 companies of the first section listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange.
What kinds of companies are they?
Well, they are picked up from the all industries, and they are spread out 28 industries. So Nikkei picks up one or two companies from each industry, but some of them are a little bit out of date at this moment.
Does it change?
No, they are fixed ones. But now they are they are discussing about replacement of the companies.
How many companies are listed on the exchange?
Well, totally more than 1,700 corporations are listed on the stock exchange, and the 123 out of more than 1,700 corporations are foreign ones, like IBM and GM.
Is there much foreign investment in the exchange?
I think the ratio of the foreign investment has been really increased.
Is this a new thing, or is this something that has been going for a while?
Well, I think past 5 years, the foreign investment have been more popular than before.
How does a company get listed on the exchange?
Well, in the stock exchange, we have the screening division for the applicant companies from the, from the Japan and also the overseas countries. So after they meet the requirement for the criteria for listing, so they are going to be listed on the stock exchange.
What basic criteria do they have to meet?
Well, the number of shares, shares outstanding, and how many years passed after the foundation, and how many shareholders have they got, and whether they have office in Tokyo or things like that.
What kinds of things affect the market in Tokyo? Is it similar to what may be affecting the Dow Jones index, or are there things specific to Tokyo that might affect how the index is doing?
Well, anything would be effect on the stock market. The oil prices and maybe new invention that took place in a certain company, listed company, and also the ratio of the inflation. Anything.
How close an eye does the Tokyo Stock Exchange keep on the U.S. market?
Well, recently, Tokyo Stock Exchange ranks with the New York Stock Exchange. And last year, the daily average trading value was higher than the New York Stock Exchange. But recently, as you might know, the Tokyo market's been dropped a lot. So right now, I think trading value of the New York Stock Exchange is higher than the Tokyo, but both stock exchanges are closely related.
How about with the European markets?
European market, I'm not sure about the European market, but London Stock Exchange also ranks with the Tokyo and New York. So 3 markets in the world closely affected each other.
Can you tell me, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning here in Tokyo. What is going on the floor right now?
Well, I think the trading clerks on the floor are right now very busy to place orders from their customers and to trade stocks traded on the floor. So they must be like bees, right?
Describe to me what their jobs are. Who is doing what? Who's actually on the floor?
Well, the clerks on the floor classified into 3 because of their functions. So we have the employees sent from the securities companies who are members of the stock exchange, and also the matchmakers who specialize in matching orders placed by the securities companies' employees, and the TSE officials who supervise the transactions, whether the matchmakers match orders properly or not according to the trading principles.
I noticed there are women on the floor of the exchange, but none of them are traders. Is that?
They are not traders at all. The women on the floor are usually handling computer devices to process orders. But there isn't any restriction to prohibit women traders, just traditions. But one reason I can think of why we don't have women traders is that women usually don't like to be pulled, to be pushed, to be touched in the middle of the crowd on the floor, because sometimes transaction becomes really hectic. So they rush to a certain place to be the first when they place orders.
And women don't want to be in that position?
I think so, but if someone doesn't really care about those things, they'll be in the future. So I welcome the women traders anytime.
I noticed many of the people, including the women, are wearing uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe to me what types of uniforms and
Well,
what that means?
yes, actually we have 125 member firms. See? Then each member firm provides them with the different color of uniform. So actually we have 125 styles for ladies. I mean, 125 styles of uniform for ladies on the floor. So some wear green, some wear blue, and some have brown ones, things like that. It's colors like that.
So you can recognize what somebody is doing by what they're wearing?
Yes, if you take a look at women, you can identify whether which company they work for.
Do men wear uniforms?
Yes, but unfortunately, men must wear the uniforms stipulated in a business regulation. So the regular member securities companies employees must wear the blue jackets, and the matchmakers put on the brown ones, and TSE staff members have a black jacket.
We noticed that around the floor, up above, where you can look down on the floor, there is a museum. Can you tell me what
Yes,
that's all about?
right. We established that museum 2 years ago for visitors. So we really are proud of that because we installed very high-tech facilities for visitors, like a hand signal robot who demonstrates a couple of hand signals used on the floor by pushing buttons. So the visitors can really enjoy him. And also we have computer simulations. So you can experience, buy or sell shares with computers, also by touching screens. And if you want to know the market prices, I mean the stock prices, you go to the market information corner. And also we have the video library where the visitors enjoy the presentation videos donated by the listed companies.
Is there a lot of tourist interest?
Many of them are really interested in visiting the stock exchange.
How long have you been with the Tokyo Stock Exchange?
Well, I've been working for 19 years.
And how did you decide to come to the Stock Exchange?
Well, my teacher at the school recommended me to join the stock exchange to get job because the labor conditions for employees are fairly good compared to the other, you see, production companies. So that's why I took his advice.
Where did you go to school and what did you study?
Well, first I joined the stock exchange after I graduated high school. Then in order to get the bachelor's degree, so I went to the university, and my major was the English linguistics there.
Kazuki Suzuki, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for being interviewed. I very enjoyed it. Thank you very much.